amazing trail destinations anywhere. One of those places where the end of the trail is really the end of the trail. And the main attraction is right above you. As for the beginning of the trail, well, that's up to you. You could start right here, right on the mighty Colorado River, on the outskirts of the small, funky town of Moab, Utah, just 2 miles to the entrance of Arches National Park, but about 15 miles to the trailhead for the Delicate Arch. And here on the banks of the Colorado, you feel like an explorer, pioneer discovering this vast landscape, following the big river to who knows where. On the treadmill trail, I always start out slow. A slow walking pace for the first couple of minutes, then just a little faster, then a brisk walking pace. Yeah, you get a nice 4-minute warm-up before you start running or fast walking or cycling. Get warm, get loose, makes the whole 30-minute exercise feel easy and comfortable. And this big, bright, colorful landscape should make these 30 minutes fly by in no time. Time that's refreshing, because it's different than what you do during all your other time. Yeah, like I said, we could just roll right along the river for miles. Or we could start right here at the Delicate Arch trailhead. If you want to listen to your own music while you're out here, just go to the Treadmill Trail settings page and switch to your music. Choose your tunes, then start your trail video again. Or just keep moving. Drums and bass will keep the beat, and I'll keep playing Trail Guide. We've been moving for a couple of minutes now, so you might want to pick up your pace just a little. Take a sip of water now and every 4 or 5 minutes. Stay hydrated. Really makes everything feel better. And take long, slow, deep breaths. You really have to keep delivering oxygen to your muscles. We're going straight to our Delicate Arch destination, but this is a cool small detour off to the left. It's a log cabin built in the 1880s by John Wolfe, the first non-Native American to live out here. Till 1910, this whole area was his private ranch. This bridge up ahead, it'll get us over the Salt Wash. It's a fantastic place for a brisk walk, and it's a terrific one for running. Looks like a terrific path for cycling, too, on the treadmill trail. No bikes allowed on the real thing. Path to the left leads to a beautiful little example of rock art, petroglyphs, graphic symbols carved into the red rock centuries ago. Maybe we'll take a little flashback look at this when we get farther along the trail to the world's most famous natural arch. We've already been moving for 4 minutes now, and, well, I'm done with my warm-up. Come on, let's pick up the pace, or bring up the incline a bit on your exercise machine. This terrain's gonna take a turn uphill just ahead, and we'll be gaining elevation for the rest of the trail. Nothing too steep, but now it's gonna be all uphill. And I mean that in the best possible way. So whatever your pace is, you might want to think about increasing your machine's incline so you can feel the trail, just like I do. And take a sip of water, now and every 4 or 5 minutes. Stay hydrated. We're in the high desert now, high and dry. Colors out here are just fantastic. The green-colored rocks, they're volcanic, and they have a very high iron content that went through a millions-year-long chemical process that turned them green, together with the soft blues and greens of all the sagebrush. This is a pretty exotic-looking landscape. The paint to desert, mostly red and golden sandstone that's painted by the blues and greens of the native plant life. It's just a few minutes after sunrise, so the sun's still below our horizon line, and our trail's still in shadow. But when the sun gets a little higher, it's going to light up the delicate arch until it looks like it's glowing. Whenever I come out here, I feel like I'm on the set of one of those westerns, those movies I watched when I was a kid. I'm expecting some cowboys, or at least a herd of cattle to appear around every bend. Maybe they just don't wake up too early. You always see them riding off into the sunset, and we're hoofing it right into the sunrise. Interesting thing about exercising in the morning, it seems to jumpstart your metabolism, and according to the people who study these things, even moderate exercise like walking and light cycling is enough to boost your mood for the next 12 hours. So are we in the mood now? I think so, and I think it's time for a sip of water. How about these colors, huh? We are just surrounded by them. Just smooth cruising on this smooth trail to the delicate arch. All we have to do is follow the trail. No thinking, just moving. Moving through it all like a daydream. A daydream where we're totally awake, totally alive, totally stimulated by all this beauty. This is where we want to be. Moving forward. Your brain on nature, your body in motion. We're in the high desert of the western United States right now, bathed in color. If we were in Japan, we'd be in a forest, and they'd say we were forest bathing, taking a relaxing bath in the woods, bathed by nature, which many Japanese people do regularly. In Japan, they think of walking in natural places as preventive medicine. They actually have dozens of official forest therapy trails there, and 25% of the population uses them. This nature bathing gives a rest to the planning and problem-solving parts of your brain, so you feel refreshed. And now we know that even just looking at nature images in a lab reduces stress and makes you feel happier. Looking at pictures, especially video, actually turns off your otherwise non-stop data processing, all that stuff that causes mental fatigue. So, eyes on your treadmill trails version of nature. After 30 minutes on this trail, you should be feeling relaxed, refreshed, fresh, and sharp. Well, this is where our clearly defined trail turns to slick rock. Now we follow the cairns, the little stacks of rock that mark the trail. The slick rock is slippery when wet, but we have fine traction today. In fact, the first pioneers out here called these surfaces slick rock, not because they were slipping and sliding, but because their horses, with their metal horseshoes, they had a hard time on this unforgiving ground. No horsepower for us. We are moving, and right now, we're going to take a sip of water. Let's go off-trail for a minute here. No cairns to follow. Let's follow the stream, the first water we've seen since the mighty Colorado River and the last water we'll see between here and Delicate Arch. But this is a beautiful little ravine, and I'm pretty sure we can take a sharp right a little farther up and get right back onto the slick rock. Right up here, a nice carved stairway back onto the huge expanse of slick rock. Hey, you're 15 minutes along this spectacular treadmill trail. Time for a sip of water, huh? For me, just 11 more minutes until my 4-minute cool down. Come on, let's pick up the pace. Your fastest, comfortable pace for 11 minutes. It was 30 degrees when I hit the trail this morning. Nice brisk day for a brisk walking pace. I'm moving briskly just to stay warm, but it turns out that brisk is better for your health. So, just how fast is brisk? There are people who actually study this stuff, and they found that if you keep up a pace that's faster than 2.5 miles per hour, you're getting great health benefits from your walking. How much faster? Well, that doesn't actually seem to matter much. People who walked a moderately brisk 3 miles an hour, a very brisk 3.75 miles per hour, and a race walking 4.5 miles per hour, they all benefited similarly in terms of reduction in across-the-board health risks. So if you can pick up the pace a bit, there's a real benefit. But if you can't, don't. There's still a huge benefit from walking at any pace compared to doing nothing. You still burn calories, and you are doing great. And if you're jogging, well, I just read the results of this other study. Its title is Regular Jogging Shows Dramatic Increase in Life Expectancy. That's cool. So how dramatic? 6 years of extra life compared to folks who don't jog. How regular is the jogging? Between an hour and 2.5 hours each week. And how fast is this regular jogging? Well, it's slower, actually. Yeah, participants in this study who reported that their pace was slow or moderate, they had the greatest increase in longevity. Kind of sounds like another example of everything in moderation. Except for where you walk briskly and where you jog moderately. I definitely go for the extreme when it comes to natural beauty and happy trails. And I'll go for a sip of water right now. Okay, let's not lose the desert for the slick rock. You keep moving forward, I'm going to do a little sightseeing for both of us. What a great looking place, huh? Follow these cairns. 20 minutes along the trail now. Time for a sip of water. You are doing great. Stay focused on your trail and everything around it. Pay attention, total attention, to the slick rock, to the sand, to the junipers, to the clear air and the bright light, to your breathing. Because this isn't work. It's not a workout. It's not a race course. It's your 30-minute refresher course. That half hour when you don't do all the things you do the other 23 and a half hours every day. This is all about right now, the home stretch. Another 5 minutes at your fastest comfortable pace, and then an easy gradual cool down. Let's hop up here. Yeah, we're moving now. Fast feet, slow deep appreciation. That runner's high, feel no pain. You're in cruise control, on automatic. Low awareness of your turning muscles. High awareness of everything around you. Like getting to see the world in slow motion. I'm on the trail for this at least as much as for the exercise. I love this place. Time for a little window hopping. Yeah, take a look at this. Take a look through this. The window arch. The window to the delicate arch. Yeah, we are very close now. I'll do the sightseeing. You keep moving forward. We're almost there. ridges on the rock. They're called desert varnish. Yeah, they say it's a manganese iron deposit that forms on vertical faces of exposed sandstone after thousands or millions of years of exposure to bacteria and rainfall. Ancient Native American artists used sharp stone tools to chip away and carve into the varnish to draw the elaborate patterns and figures that we call petroglyphs. There are a lot of examples of this here in Arches and nearby in Canyonlands National Park. This one is called Newspaper Rock. All those picture stories they were carved between 600 and 2,000 years ago. Kind of a very long, slow blog. Okay, enough newspaper reading. Let's get to that arch. This place and everything about it just takes my breath away, slows me down. So that's what I'm doing for the next 4 minutes. A nice gradual slow down and cool down. Long, slow, deep breaths and a sip of water. We're out on the edge of the final ledge, really almost there now. No delicate arch just yet, but what a spectacular view off to the left, huh? Way to go. We're here, and we're still moving, carefully. You kind of tightrope walk the last few hundred yards along the edge of this tilted ridge that drops off into a huge sandstone basin. You realize it's not the arch itself that's so delicate. It's the way this gigantic, improbable hunk of stone is so delicately balanced, precariously balanced, out at the end of this ridge that's only as wide as the arch's giant feet. This is like the lower half of some gigantic two-legged upright walking fossilized dinosaur. Maybe it's been here for 1 million years, but I don't think you'd bet on another 1 million, huh? You wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable walking under it today. But how could you not? Hope this has been as good for you as it is for me.